Welcome back to Notre Dame Day. Joining me now is doctoral student Maria Gibbs here at Notre Dame. Her research focuses on the safe construction and sustainability of footbridges in the developing world. Maria has been recognized nationally for her groundbreaking work, including being named one of the top 10 civil engineers under the age of 30 by the American Society of Civil Engineers. Maria, very impressive. Welcome to Notre Dame Day.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So I understand El Salvador is where this all started and originated. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. A friend of mine is a school teacher in El Salvador, and she was telling me how some of her students were swimming across a river to get to school. So as an undergraduate at the time studying civil engineering, that seemed ridiculous. How is it that students have to swim across a river to get to school? So that's how it seemed like there must be a simple solution to that problem, right? A footbridge. So that's how I kind of got started on the footbridge train.
Right. So then you come back from college, you come to Notre Dame for your doctorate. What are you working on now?
Yeah, so now I'm actually studying the effect of wind on a specific type of footbridge. When I was an undergraduate at Duke, I got involved with a nonprofit who builds footbridges all over the world to create access for isolated communities. And it turns out that these footbridges are really light and flexible, so they're vulnerable to the wind. So my research as a PhD student is looking at, okay, can we predict how these bridges are behaving in wind and then design ways to make them safe so that we can continue building out bridges all over the world wherever they're needed.
So now you're at Notre Dame. How has Notre Dame helped you advance your education, and why did you choose coming here to Notre Dame for your graduate work?
I think there's really two reasons. The reason that I came to Notre Dame was my advisor, Dr. Karim, is an expert in the effect of wind on footbridges, on bridges. And so I came here to work with him to be kind of among the best with the best. But along the way, I've learned that Notre Dame is really unique in its support of, people who are working to do work that impacts the world. So I've been surrounded by a community here that I wasn't really expecting, who's been really helpful in pushing forward my research in that way.
Absolutely, that's fantastic. And then I understand, obviously, we're in the digital age now. Smartphones have become part of daily life. And I understand you have an app that kind of assists you with your research.
Yeah, so one of the things we need to do to predict the behavior of these footbridges in wind is understand something about their rhythm. So I can actually use the cell phone in your pocket, put it on a bridge, use the sensor that's already in there, pluck the bridge, and then from that get information that we need to predict how that bridge will behave in wind. So we have people all over the world out there collecting data from footbridges using smartphones.
That's fascinating. If I'm ever at a footbridge, I'll contact you.
Please do, yeah, cool.
So in terms of career aspirations, after you achieve your graduate degree, what do you hope to do beyond your education?
You know, I believe that all people deserve the opportunity to build healthy and productive lives for themselves. So in the short term, I kind of see footbridges as rivers can be a barrier to people creating better futures for themselves, but I'm really excited to explore what are some other barriers that exist and then see how I can work to reduce some of those barriers.
Thanks so much again for joining us, Maria. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.